Welcome to Art of Nature by Alexandra, where nature and art come together in perfect harmony to create a symphony of inspiration. Today, we are diving into the world of one of the most famous and symbolic flowers, the rose. This flower not only adorns our gardens and bouquets, but also represents love, beauty and passion, inspiring artists, poets, and creators for centuries. If you've already watched my video Christmas Trees, a journey through history and cultures, you've probably noticed how symbols of nature are connected to different cultures, stories, and traditions. Today, I'm going to reveal another story to you, the story of the rose. Like the Christmas tree, the rose is not just a beautiful flower. It's a symbol of love, beauty, and spiritual depth. Join Art of Nature by Alexandra and continue our journey through the natural world. The exquisite beauty of each rose and its stunning fragrance has made the rose a symbol of love, passion, and sophistication. In this video, I will tell you about the origin of the rose, how to care for it and its amazing meaning, as well as many other interesting facts that make the rose one of the most famous flowers on earth. The rose has a rich and ancient history. Its ancestors grew millions of years ago, and the first mentions of roses are found in the records of ancient times. Archaeological research shows that roses were already known in ancient Egypt, Mesopotamia, and ancient Greece. Historians believe that the first roses were wild and found in Asia, especially in China and Persia. In ancient Egypt, roses were a symbol of majesty, beauty, and divinity. In ancient Greece, the rose was associated with Aphrodite, the goddess of love, who, according to myth, walked along the shore leaving a trail of rose petals behind her. Later, in Rome, roses became a symbol of secret meetings and pleasures. They were used to decorate palaces and temples, and as an element in the coronation of winners. But how did the rose end up in Europe? In the 13th century, through trade routes from the East, the rose arrived in Europe, where it began to be cultivated in gardens and used in medicine and as a decoration. The rose has always been a symbol of love, but its meaning varies depending on its color. The red rose is a symbol of passionate love and desire. It's often associated with romantic feelings and even jealousy. The white rose symbolizes purity, innocence, and fidelity. The yellow rose, in turn, represents friendship, joy, and appreciation. Among other meanings, the rose symbolizes fear, strength, and victory. In different eras and in different countries, the rose carried not only romantic, but also political symbolism. For example, in England, in the 14th–15th centuries, the Tudor rose became a symbol of the unification of two conflicting houses, which symbolized the end of the war of the scarlet and white rose. The rose is also part of religious symbolism. In Christianity, it's often associated with the Virgin Mary and used as a symbol of her motherhood and piety. The rose requires care and attention to please us with its beauty. The first thing to pay attention to is choosing the right place for the rose. The rose likes sunny areas protected from strong winds. The more sun, the more flowers it will bring. However, hot summers require sufficient moisture to keep the rose from drying out. The ideal planting location is one where the rose will receive at least 6 hours of sunlight per day. When it comes to soil, roses prefer well-drained, fertile soils. Compost or humus can be added before planting to improve the soil structure. It is also worth considering that roses don't like soil that is too acidic or alkaline. The pH of the soil should be around 6 to 7. Watering is another important point. It is important to water rose correctly, not on the leaves, but under the root to avoid diseases. It is especially important to keep the soil moist on hot days. Fertilization also plays a key role in maintaining the health of roses. During the period of active growth and flowering, it is recommended to use complex fertilizers. But do not forget that too much fertilizer can harm the plant. Pruning is equally important. Roses need to be pruned not only to maintain their shape, but also to stimulate new shoots. Proper pruning also helps to avoid diseases and makes the bush more dense and beautiful. Roses can live for quite a long time, with their longevity depending on conditions. In nature, wild roses can live for dozens of years, but for garden varieties the average lifespan is about 10 years. However, if a rose is properly cared for, it can delight you with its beauty for much longer. Roses come in many different types and varieties. One of the most famous is the tea rose, most often used for cuttings. Its fragrance is exquisite and intense, and it has become one of the most popular in the world. Bleached roses are varieties that are ideal for decorating walls and arches. Bleached roses can grow up to 3 meters in height, creating picturesque curtains of flowers. There are also miniature roses, which despite their small size, have the same intense fragrance and can be a decoration in any interior. For fans of a more exotic and colorful appearance, it's worth paying attention to Floribunda, which combines the characteristics of several types of roses. It is distinguished by its lushness, disease resistance, and long blooming time. Rose is not only a beautiful flower, but also a useful plant. Rose is used not only in the cosmetic industry, but also in medicine. Essential oil obtained from rose petals is used in aromatherapy to improve mood and relieve stress. Rose oil is also often used in skin creams and masks. In addition, the rose has a rich culinary history. In some countries, rose petals are added to jam, jellies, and even desserts. In Persia, rose petals with sugar are popular for traditional sweet dishes. The rose is also a symbol of many holidays, especially in Europe and America. On Valentine's Day and Mother's Day, roses are traditionally presented as a sign of love and respect. The rose is not just a flower, but the embodiment of all that is associated with beauty, love, and human history. From its deep roots in myth and legends to its modern images in gardens, the rose never ceases to amaze and inspire. It remains a symbol of timeless beauty and how nature and culture can intertwine to create something truly unique. Subscribe to my channel Art of Nature by Alexandra so as not to miss new videos, write comments and like. See you in the next video.